Good day, guys. On this part of the video, we'll be looking at tips to algebra. Now, I'll be explaining to those who are just freshers in mathematics or in the senior secondary school how to be able to understand algebra maths. So, today we'll be looking at multiplications of signs, and I'll be explaining better on how to understand algebra expression to the fullest, and at the ending of the class, all students should be able to solve algebra equation and expression. So, firstly, we'll be looking at multiplication of signs. So, in algebra expression or equation, most time we mostly have multiplication of signs, and most students have issue with those things. But now I'll be showing you a easier way of understanding how signs are being multiplied. Now, most students have seen this before, and all they do is cram it. No, you shouldn't cram this. It is very easy. Now, if you take a good look at what I wrote now, which is the multiplication of signs. Multiplication of signs. Now, if you look closer to the multiplication of signs, you will notice that different when you multiplying different signs, you are having what? Minus. When multiplying different signs, you have what? Minus. That is minus times plus. Plus and minus are the different signs I'm talking about. Plus and minus are the different signs I'm talking about. So when you multiply two different signs together, you have what? You have minus. Same thing goes for plus times minus. If you look at it, two different what? Signs, and you have what? Minus. But if you have the multiplication of same sign, for example, we have positive times positive or plus times plus, then it gives you what? Plus. And minus times minus also give you what? Plus. So that is what you can use to understand the multiplication of signs. So you just have to understand that different signs give you minus, and same signs give you what? Plus. So, quick mouse please. So now we have executed this part of the class. Now let's move to the second part, which is understanding algebraic expression. Now, before we start solving any questions in algebraic expression, the things you must know. Now we need to explain what this means. X. You can use different letters. You could use B, you could use A, you could use Y. But in this video, we're going to be using X. Now, understanding the concept of this X here. Firstly, this X has a constant, which is what? 1. X has a constant, which is what? 1. But we mostly say that the 1 is invincible. So this X has a constant, which is what? 1. And it has a what? Positive sign. Always know that it has what? A positive sign. So if you are being given X, you should always know that this X what carries a positive sign and a coefficient of what? 1. Another thing that we know about this X is that it has a power of what? Of 1. It has a power of 1, because n raised power 1 is that thing. For example, we have 2 raised power 1 gives us 2. We could use Shadi raised by 1, it gives us what? Shadi. So anything raised by 1 gives us what? That same thing. So that is all we need to know about x. So now we need to understand how we add variables together. All I mean by variables is x, and how we add variables with numbers together. Now, you have been given a question which says x plus 1. Now, most people will start saying the answer is 2x, or the answer is x equals to 1, or different answer, because they don't really understand the concept of this. Now, firstly, what you have to look at is, are these two guys the same? First thing, you might say yes, because x is having 1, an invisible 1, but the correct answer is well, no, because 1 here is not having a variable of what? Of x. 1 is not having a variable of x. So this question can't be added together, because 1 doesn't carry a variable that is x. So the answer to this problem is this: x plus 1 equals what? X plus 1, because we can't what? Add these two guys together. Permit me to say it, because they are not what? Families. Because they are not what? Families. Now, if we have x plus x, so what should be our answer? First thing, they are families. Yeah. First thing, what? They are families. That is, each side of the positive sign has the same what? Variable. Now, to add this, first thing we need to know is that x has a coefficient of 1, and this x also have a coefficient of 1. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2, and x plus x is what? Sorry, 1 plus 1 is 2, then we add our x. So x plus x will give you what? 2x. So that's how we add two variables together. So what if I give you x plus y? How would you do this? X plus y, looking at it, these are not the same, so don't make the mistake of adding them what? Together. Don't make a mistake of adding them what? Together. So the answer for this problem should be x plus y, because you can't join them together, because what? They are not the same. Some of you will be thinking that, so how do we now always have 2x or 3x? How these guys came together? How the 2 and x came together to become 2x? Is it how do we do 2 plus x? We all know that 2 plus x is not possible, so 2 plus x can give us 2x. Now, what joins these 2 and this x together? Is what we call the multiplication sign. So we have, for us to have 2x, so what we have done from the beginning is what? We did 2 times what? X, to give us what? 2x. So this is another thing that you have to know in algebra. So now moving to another sign. I forgot the sign in this part. Now moving to this other sign, which we call the equality sign. So we should understand our equality sign very well. So our equality sign, we should always understand what our equality signs what means. For example, if we are given something that 2 equals what 1,